Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, let me say this. My voice is acting really crazy. But I still want to invite everybody in. I wanted to come and do the read and absolutely do a little messiness because y'all, there's some stuff going on these internet streets that we need to talk about. But before we do that, like I said, I want to invite everybody in to be a part of this amazing community. It is the best on these internet streets. I kid you not. You don't believe me? Go in the comments, talk to somebody, chit chat, chop it up a little bit, and I promise you, you're going to want to be a part of this community. And when you come out and you want to be a part of this community, this is what you do. Go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the bees, the algorithm. Woo! I am dragging it still. I am skull dragging it up and down these internet streets, and it's all because of y'all. Y'all be coming in with the thumbs up, and I am so thankful and so grateful for y'all. Also, I'm just thankful and grateful for all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all are doing the do. Y'all are doing the doggone thing. And I really appreciate that. I know it's not easy, but y'all do it to support the channel, and that means everything to me. Also, over in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting this channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, look in the other corner. You see those three little dots? Click that and you'll see the thanks button. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have some super thanks, and I want to start with one of my favorite human beings, and that would be Kevon Slims. Kevon, thank you for the super thanks. You keep coming through, you keep supporting, you keep just being such a huge part of this community, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. Also, Tiger Mommy came through. Yes, Tiger Mommy just keeps coming. She does. She is such a huge support. She is a ride or die. Always supporting the read, always down with the read, always in the comments, always dropping the knowledge. She's everything, and she's such a huge part of this community. I couldn't do without Tiger Mommy. I'm telling you. So thank you, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And you let come through again. You hadn't been here for long, but boy, has her presence been felt. She is always supportive. She's always in the comments. She always has something to absolutely add to the conversation. She's everything. And like I say, time and time again, I don't know what I did to deserve Yulette, but boy, I'm glad I did it. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Jennifer Clark, yes, Jennifer showed up. Jennifer has been with me just about since the beginning, and she never fails to come through. She is always supporting. She is one of the cornerstones of this community. I'm telling you, she is everything. She's down with the read. I'm telling you, she's a ride or die. She's smart. She is always dropping the knowledge. She is just everything. If you looked up everything, Jennifer would be right there. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. I want to give another quick shout out to Kevin Slims, Tiger Mommy, Hewlett, and Jennifer Clark. Listen, y'all are everything. Y'all know it. Y'all already know it. That's what I tell Tiger Mommy all the time in the comments. I say, you're everything and you already know it. So, yeah, y'all are just everything. And I appreciate it so very much. It is no way that I could continue to do the read without your support. Y'all are everything. And I know how blessed I am to have y'all. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit those internet streets, and let me tell you, that's exactly where I have been. I hit all the social media platforms. I was over to TikTok. I have been over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and everybody in every social media platform in between because y'all, I wanted to get a full read on what people were saying about Megan's new photo shoot for Harper Bazaar. Yes, I wanted to see what people were saying. Who was gagging, guts laying on the floor, and who was absolutely thrilled that this woman who they have maligned and absolutely lied on continues to rise out of the ashes like a phoenix, and who was happy about that. Well, y'all, I have gotten the full read and we're going to talk about it. Now, just so y'all know, it is going to be some dragging going on. It is going to be some pettiness going on. It's going to be some messiness going on because, y'all, it is some people out here losing their minds, the derangers and stuff, saying all kinds of stupid stuff. And y'all know when people get stupid about Megan, I absolutely get totally and completely into the dirt. I mean, I get into the mud when it comes to this kind of situation because I believe that they don't anticipate us squatties getting in there with them. But you know me, when the pigs get in the mud, honey, I'm telling you, I get right in there with them. I love wrestling a pig. I do. I don't have no problems with it because you know what? They just really think that we won't wrestle with them. We won't jump down there on the low road with them. I saw one of them talking about he was petty. Baby, you don't know about petty. You don't know about messy until you come up against the squad because we are the pettiest, messiest bunch when it comes to Megan. So just get prepared to know that, nah, you ain't going to get out here and run off at the mouth and not get talked about, not get ran down, and not get a boot on your neck. Because one thing the squad do not play about is the Sussex family. We don't play about them because we cannot stand a bully. Y'all are not gonna bully them or bully Megan and think no pushback is coming. Baby, we live for the pushback. Bring it, bring it. Don't be throwing rocks and hiding your hand. Throw your rocks because we gonna throw some back. All right, y'all. With all that said, let's get started because listen, we got a lot to talk about and we got a lot to be messy about, and we are going to start with this because they started it. We're going to finish it. And I'm going to put this up, and this particular squatty is absolutely right because I have never saw so many people lose their effing minds over a photo shoot. I mean, it is as if Megan kicked their dog while spitting in their faces at the same time. I have never saw so much unjustified vitriol towards a person who does nothing but mind her business and make a living before in my life. I cannot with these people. And they sit over there across the pond and act as if everything that Megan does is somehow related to them. I mean, Megan hadn't been over there since the queen died, the proper queen. And she has never even indicated never even referenced anything across the pond since she took that deep bow at the Queen's coffin. Meghan has done nothing but serve them up dust ever since. But in their fevered minds, they think everything she does is somehow about them, that somehow they are her target audience, even though Meghan does nothing that indicates that they are. Meghan lives in the U.S., she is a U.S. citizen. She absolutely sells her products of her business in the US, not the UK. They go out of their way to get Meghan's products. They do, and they're not even squatties. They go out of their way to get a product from Meghan so they can tell lies about it. I mean, it's crazy to me. And they go out of their way to say something about Meghan's every move when she continuously and consistently served them up plate after plate after plate of nothing but dust. But I can't. This squatty was saying all of that. I said all of that to say this. What this squatty is saying is absolutely true. I have never saw people lose their rabbit minds quite like this. It seems like they're not getting better. They're not starting to accept that Meghan is that girl. Now they can't. It's as if they cannot conceive that. So what they do, they spaz out with everything that she does. And this squatty posted this and said, normally the ranger roaches never find my post, so I rarely get roach infestation. But the recent Harper Bazaar photos seem to have broken them. Exactly. They are broken. I'm telling you, they are coming out of the woodwork like roaches. I mean, it's like if you pull some wallpaper back and there they are running around acting crazy and being nasty. Yes, just like roaches. And this squatty went on to say, anyway, they can choke on this one as well. Exactly. Because no one cares. Meghan doesn't care. Harry doesn't care. Their friends doesn't care. And the squatties really don't give a damn. Okay? So I don't even know why they continue to bother because all they're going to do is get a skull dragon on these internet streets. And I'll tell you what, I will enjoy doing exactly that because this is all about clicks. It's all about money. Yes, using Meghan for their source of income. And that is what really disgusts me the most. I mean, one of them got up there and said, that's why y'all pay me the big bucks. Yes, it's all about that. Old pie face Taz, this man who is a CDEFG and call himself a lady, and this new clown that has come on the scene. I'm going to talk about him a little later. But yes, I mean, it is just ridiculous that these people actually is able to look themselves in the mirror to know that they're doing this. It is shocking to me that you have no soul. But I digress. I'm gonna put this one up. And this article really got me. I could not believe it. But then as I looked and saw what the other squatters were saying, I get it. I get why they're so bothered. This particular squatty said, no, you're not dreaming. They wrote a whole article about her pose, makeup free. Yes, look at this article talking about, can we please stop applauding celebrities like Meghan Markle for posing makeup free? Yes, can we start to, I don't know, mind our own business and let people live their lives freely, in a country that is totally a whole continent away? What about that? Why can't we do that? And what about focusing on the ones that are there? Why are you always focusing on Harry and Meghan who doesn't even live in the country? Just focusing in on them when you got Willie and Kitty over there just absolutely hanging from the rafters trying to get some attention, but yet and still you are focused on Harry and Meghan and if Meghan wears makeup or not. I mean, it is so ridiculous to me. And this particular squatty posted a repost, and the original post posted that same article talking about Meghan being makeup free and hating on Meghan because Meghan is beautiful with makeup and without makeup. How many of those hag dragons can say that? I say zero. I say zero. And the squatty that posted this says such women only speak their minds when Meghan is the target. Where is the lie? Where is it? That family enlisted all of their flying monkeys to attack and smear Harry and Meghan. They are the ones who created this environment of disrespect when it comes to Meghan. Yes, it is nobody's fault except theirs, and it lies right there at their feet. But what they did not anticipate was the blowback. And baby, we will make sure it is some blowback because it never had to be like this. Squatties could care less about Willie and Kitty and Charles and his horse. We could care less about calling out their mediocrity, calling out their bullshit. Yes, we want to focus on our faves, but because of people like this and all of the flying monkeys and all of creating all this hate surrounding Meghan, well, we have to absolutely do what we have to do as well, and that is call out you, highlight you, make sure people know that you ain't SHIT, and also make sure you get no deference, to make sure nobody respects you. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly what's going on here. Nobody respects that family. Why? Because everything they have done, what they've done to Harry, what they've done to Meghan, they're enabling pedos and everything else. It's no telling what we don't know that they done did. But yet and still, they want to keep the focus on Meghan. Well, if you keep the focus on Meghan, we're going to keep the focus on Kate's arms and that hollowness under her neck. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about Willie and his mediocrity and his bald head and everything else we can come up with. Yes, we will drag you. It's like this. It's like this. If y'all feel like y'all want to drag Meghan down, well, we will drag you to hell. It's your choice. Or you can just leave them alone, let Harry and Meghan live their lives and be happy and let their fandom enjoy what they're doing. That's all we want to do. We just want to enjoy what's going on with our faves. We want to buy jelly. We want to buy tea. We want to see what Meghan is up to and how, big the kids have grown. But you won't let that be. You always have to let jealousy and envy come into the picture and try to drag Meghan down with everything she does. And like I said, if that's the game we're gonna play the game. We'll play the game. I'm just saying. And the squatty that reposted all this said, the toxic British press is now upset with Duchess Meghan because she looks good without makeup. They say she is bragging. Why are you bragging? This is crazy. It says I can't make this SHIT up, y'all. So Meghan looking good without makeup is her bragging. And all I can say to that is, so what? So what? It's here in America, if you got it, you can flaunt it. And that's exactly what Meghan is doing because y'all, look at those pictures. She definitely has it. She definitely has it. But I think the problem is Meghan has it and Wiggy do not. We know Wiggy cannot go without makeup. And so because of that, they want to tear Meghan down. Well, we gonna have conversations about Wiggy and how she can't go without makeup. I'm just saying, but that's all it is. They mad. They mad because Megan can go without makeup and still look more beautiful than any of them. Any of them. All of these old flying monkeys, all of these hag dragons, they know that without makeup, Megan outranks them. Her face card never ever is declined. And with makeup, it is absolutely, definitely her face card is not declined. And they hate that. The envy is real, y'all. It is real. And another squatty reposted that same squatty's post and said this. Now they mad that Megan can do a front cover in no makeup. These journalists are proving everything Harry has ever said with every damn article. Like, damn, just admit she's a beauty and stop punishing her for what Doria gave her. And this is just jealousy 101. I mean, they are jealous that Megan is aging like fine wine. Megan is aging backwards while Kitty Cat is aging like a banana in the sun. Yeah, so they can't balance it in their head that every turn, everything that Megan does, I mean, across the board, has outdone Kitty. Megan even downright produced redhead kids to the point where when she dyed in Charlotte's hair at one time, we know she was dyeing her hair. Yeah. So they cannot stand that Megan outdoes Kitty at every turn and in return outdoes them. And I'm going to put this up. And as you can see, this article that I was talking about is not the only article that talked about Megan going makeup free. I mean, it was two articles. Two articles were written about just her going makeup free. And this one it was in the Metro, and the title of it is Meghan Markle's Harper Bazaar cover isn't brave for women like me. Y'all, I have to giggle. I have to cackle because we all know why it's not brave for women like her because she knows that she can't go makeup free. You know, one thing about all these hag dragons and all these flying monkeys, they know exactly what's going on. They hip to it. They know their limitations. They know exactly what their face card is saying. But I digress. This squatty that posted these two articles said this. I've never seen anyone get shamed for looking good without makeup. Well, it's because the ones who are shaming her looks like Frankenstein's bride without makeup. So they, of course, try to degrade a person for what their strongest attribute is. Yes, isn't that like Davo, where you take someone's strongest attribute and you turn it against them, that you use it against them? Yes, this is reverse psychology, but baby, it's not going to work here because we see you hag dragons and we know that you're not happy with what you have because if you was, you wouldn't be so interested in what somebody else has. So, yeah, I think that's true. And then it goes on to say, racism is hell of a sickness in the UK media. Two different articles, two different journalists, two different white women suddenly feeling the need to get vocal about makeup free covers when it's Megan. You know, when Megan showed up over there with all her excellence, all her beauty, all her capabilities, and all of those hag dragons and kitty cat looked in the mirror and they felt some kind of way. They felt some kind of way. And these two articles are evidence of these people feeling some kind of way about Megan's excellence. And I cannot with these people trying to use Megan's excellence as a weapon against her. Well, that's not going to happen. Like I said earlier, we're not going to do that. We're going to drag you. And these two women are so subpar. And that is the reason why they mad. And all we can say is stay mad, because Megan is not going to slow down. I hope she writes in the sand 2026. Come on, Megan. Come on through. Let's do it again next year, and let's do it even bigger. You flying monkeys, all of you hag dragons, y'all are not going to stop the show. No, you only going to make the show get bigger. Like I said, come on through, Megan. Let's do 2026 up, and let's do it even bigger, more grander, over the top. Come on, girl. Let's do this thing. Gag them, make them sick. Absolutely make them clutch those fake pearls of theirs. Yes, yes. Come on through, girl. Come on through. Let's do it. And I'm going to put this up. And this right here is one of the reasons why they're mad, because they know Kitty Cat cannot go without makeup. Wiggy cannot do it. Not with that cottage cheese, big curd cottage cheese, what I'm talking about. Face of hers. She cannot go without makeup. Look at her. I'm telling you, every time I see her, I want to put some of that cottage cheese over my pears. She absolutely cannot go without makeup. And these Getty images keep on hammering her and showing everybody that this woman is deteriorating. This once beautiful woman is absolutely starting to melt in front of our eyes. Her face is on the ground. It cannot go any farther. Them jaws are absolutely like somebody stuck a pin in a balloon and they deflated. I don't know what happened with Kate. Like I said, you can be so hateful, so mean, so conniving, so scheming, so absolutely jealous and envious. This is what is left of you. And I believe that's what's going on with her. And Megan going makeup free is the biggest flex that I have saw in a long time. I know a lot of people say that Megan is not petty, and she may not be, but she is the most unintentional petty person that I have ever known. And why do I say that is, how would you stunt on some itches that do nothing but hate on you and walk around look like they hunting up the place while they're doing it? Well, you go makeup free and show them my face card is never declined. Even when I don't have any makeup on, you can't do what I do, itches. You just can't. Megan, to me, if she is not petty, she absolutely unintentionally put these old jealous HOEs to bed. She absolutely put the lights out on them. Yeah, she absolutely flipped the switch and said, everything is over. I'm shutting it down. And shutting it down, she did. She did. This whole photo shoot did nothing but shut them down. And I love it. I love it. Keep it up, Megan. Keep your foot on their necks. And the squatty that posted this said, well, y'all rare shared pictures of our fave makeup free. One person hate Getty's images and it's not Megan. Do not compare. Oh, we have to. We have to. That is what makes it fun. They started it. Let's finish it. And I love it. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. Y'all remember this picture? Kate will not post any pictures without makeup, but I decided I'd do it for her. Yes, this picture right here. You remember this picture was captured without her knowledge while she was at one of the boys' soccer games. And here's Kate. Here she is with no makeup, and she looks like a dude. She looks like a dude. She definitely do not look like Megan. I mean, tell me that's not scary. Because listen, this face right here, I would not want to meet it on a dark street late at night in the shadows, because this right here would absolutely scare the bejesus out of you. Them hanging jaws of hers absolutely would put the fear of God in anybody. I have never saw jaws hang that low. You could take a rubber band and make a ponytail on either side of her face. But yet and still, they got so much smoke for Megan because she actually looks good without makeup. Y'all stop it. Y'all stop it. And all I can say, when y'all stop, we'll stop. Just saying. And all the usual characters, they had smoke for Megan. And that's the reason why I have smoke for them. First up is Miss Maureen Callahan. Yes, that dead woman, that corpse that walks around and pretend like she's alive. She wrote this in the Daily Fail, saying, Megan has revealed an alarming depth of her delusion and exposed herself as insecure, empty, and kind of a jerk. Maureen Callahan. Yes, that old rotting corpse. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're insecure, wouldn't you be piling makeup on, not going makeup free? Because we all know her makeup looks like a mortician did her. I mean, it is about an inch thick of makeup on that bumpy face of hers. And she has the nerve to call Megan insecure. I mean, she got enough black around her eyes as if somebody did a 1-2 on her. But yet and still, she has smoke for Megan and called Megan empty. I don't see Megan making a career out of trashing someone else. Megan, it makes her career out of doing something, achieving something, creating something, not absolutely tearing another woman down. If anybody's empty, it is Maureen, the Walking Dead Callahan. Yes, in my opinion, this woman is so disingenuous. She is. Because look at this picture. This is the picture that she presents to the world. Does she really look like this? I don't think so. Not in my opinion. I'll let y'all form y'all's opinion. Because look at this picture right here. And then look at this one. Yes, yes, yes. This is the same woman. This is Maureen Callahan. And look at all that eye makeup. And she says Megan is insecure because she goes without makeup and looks flawless, looks beautiful. And while she piles it on with a shovel, she looks like this. Yes, this is Maureen Callahan. This is the real one. Now, she has this podcast called The Nerve. And all I can say is that is a perfect name, because you have to have some nerve to be able to look like you do and criticize a woman who looks like Megan. So yeah, I love this title. Wear like a badge of honor, because yes, 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 you got plenty of nerve. You do. I'm just saying. And speaking of having plenty of nerve, I want to put this one up. Now, his name is Link Lauren, and I have been seeing him around these internet streets for quite a while now, but I have done my best to ignore him. All of his vicious, all of his vile shenanigans that he is out here on these internet streets perpetrating against Megan. So, yes, this right here is Link Lauren. He looks like he was separated at birth from Maureen Callahan. Yes, both of them are just as mad as they can be because Harry did not choose them. And you can hear it in both their voices that they are mad. They are mad. And this clout chaser, he has been out here doing some vicious, malicious things. And I'm going to say that out loud and strong, because this is the same person who did a whole podcast about Meghan's products. He is out here saying that he received a candle without a wick. And if you look very closely at him exhibiting said candle, you can see exactly where the wick is at. But you know, he has a whole slew of fevered minded followers who swallow this stuff whole and complete and really think that Meghan sent a candle to one of her biggest haters. To one of her biggest haters now. Out of all the people who got candles, he is the only one that got one without a wick. Now, we're supposed to believe that. This is the lies that I feel are being told out here on these internet streets. And this man has the nerve to have a whole TikTok about Meghan, talking about her going without makeup and talking about he's petty. That's what y'all come here for, because I'm petty. Baby, you don't understand what petty is until you come up against some squatties. Now, we can be petty. We can be messy. So what you need to do, you need to understand who in the hell you are messing with, okay? Because all of this nonsense that you're talking is just not going to fly. I mean, here you are trying to pass judgment on Meghan not wearing makeup when your hair is just about to slip off the back of your head. Your hairline is actually at this point invisible. Okay, because if you look at the camera full on, you look like a bald man. That's how far your hairline has slipped back to. So instead of worrying about Meghan going, without her makeup, you need to worry about that slipping hairline of yours. And this is not something I'm just saying on my podcast. This is something that I left on his post. Worry about that hairline, okay? Because if you don't worry about that hairline, it is going to slip all the way down your back, okay? So get a grip on that. Try to grow you some edges. What about that? Worry about all the things that are going on with you and leave Meghan alone. Because Meghan, the last time I looked, she has plenty of edges and her hairline sits perfectly where it's supposed to. Next up is Miss Judith Woods. Yes, she saw Meghan's trailer for her With Love Meghan holiday celebration, and she had thoughts. She really had an opinion, like someone asked her. Meghan lives 5,000 miles away, and she is doing this on a American entity. Now, can people in Great Britain get it? Yes, but it is not her target audience. I mean, we as Americans, we are the target audience and we love it. Yes, wait till it drops. You'll see how much we love it. And all of this knick-knack, paddywhack bull crap that y'all are coming up with to throw at Meghan, I mean, it is crazy. As an American, looking at how these people behave, it is absolutely insane. I'm telling you, it's certifiable at this point that these people do not have the ability to move on. Move on already. Americans, we are people that are notorious for moving on. We are people notorious for live and let live. Yes. And being an American myself, I know that America is not perfect. I'm telling you, we are so far from perfection, we can't even see it anymore. But one thing Great Britain can learn from America is how to move on. Move on already. I cannot understand that we are past half a decade now that Harry and Meghan left the United Kingdom, and we still get this day-to-day drumbeat of nothing but belly aching and sour grapes because Harry chose his wife. He chose his wife. Get over it already. It is just ridiculous to me. Listen what she wrote. The Duchess of Montecito. The Duchess of Montecito. We love that. We actually love that. So that's not an insult. But she goes on to say the Duchess of Montecito's woke happy holiday stick proves her tone deaf audacity has reached a new height, writes Judith Woods. Now, let me just say this. The last time I looked, this whole show that Megan is doing is her show. And when something is your show, you can do it any way you want to. I know y'all are so used to having roles that you can shape and try to browbeat into submission, that you get them to do whatever they want to do. But the last time I looked, Megan and Harry are not working roles. Megan can do whatever she wants to on her own show. She doesn't have to be beholden to anyone. She can say whatever she wants to. She can tell y'all to kiss her ass on air if she wants to, because that's her show. And number two, all of this is coming from a trailer. You don't know if Megan says Merry Christmas within this whole program. You don't know because it hasn't aired yet. But here you are trotting out that same old tired old conservative trope that somehow, if you're considerate to other people who come from other walks of life, other cultures, other religions, that somehow that is a negative thing. You need to get out of here. And all I want to say is this woman right here who's criticizing Megan, who has this picture up here trying to pretend like she is an attractive woman. Okay, this is how she really looks. This is how she actually looks. So is are you sensing a pattern here? Are you sensing the kind of woman that is always hating on Megan, who has always got something to say? Do you see the pattern? I cannot with these people. I can't. And look at this. Look at this. This is the front page of the Daily Fail. And if you look down where it is circled, it says how much Jan Moore visits Megan's new pop-up shop in Montecito. I kid you not. Yes, Jan Moore, the Cyclops Jan Moore, the one that has one eye looking at you and the other one looking for you. Jan Moore has flown over 5,000 miles to Montecito again. This is not her first trip. This is not her second trip. This is not her third trip. I think this is about her fourth trip since Harry and Meghan has lived in Montecito, that she's went down there to talk to the mailman, talk to the vegetable vendor, to talk to the woman in the dress shop. And now here she is, have gone to Godmother's bookstore and looked at Megan's pop-up shop in Montecito, traveled over 5,000 miles to look at a pop-up of Megan's in a bookstore in Montecito. You cannot make this SHIT up. These people are totally crazy, obsessed, stalkers. It has been over a half a decade since Megan left there. It has been over 2 years, almost 3 years since she stepped foot over there. And here this woman is going to Montecito, traveling from the United Kingdom all the way to America to look at Megan's pop-up shop. I kid you not. And what is even sicker than that is the Daily Fail paying her to do it. I can't. Kitty is right there. Willie is right there. Charles is right there, and his horse is right there. Why are you getting on a plane to go and look at some items of Megan's on display at Godmother's bookstore? Why would you do that? That is insanity to me. Now, Megan is supposed to be this irrelevant nobody, this clinger on, this person who would not be who she was without her husband. We all know who you're describing, but it's not Megan. But I digress. It is so crazy to me that they were seeing that Cyclops all that way to take pictures of products within Godmother's bookstore. It is crazy to me that they would send this woman to this bookstore to take pictures of a display. I mean, it is just as crazy as when they were down there taking vegetables in a supermarket saying that Megan might just buy these fruits and vegetables, that Harry might just eat that cucumber that's right there. I mean, it was crazy. This is when Harry turned 40, I think. They sent her down there and they absolutely took pictures of the vegetables. And now here she is with this nonsense. The squatty that posted this said, now why on earth would someone travel to a different continent to concern herself with the business of a supposedly irrelevant person? These losers are obsessed with Megan. Where is the lie? Where? I mean, they don't even see how crazy this is. And for someone to buy a rag and read this, I mean, that's questionable too. Why would you be okay with someone doing something like this? This is not journalism. This right here is stalkery. This is a crime. I'm just saying. And here is a picture that they posted in the fail. Took a picture of Megan's items and said, Marco's pop-up shop where even the Montecito set balk at 24 pounds for a jar of honey. Well, it don't look like they balking about it because as you can see, a lot of them are missing. And I'm sure that they restock. I think Megan is going to be all right, Jan Moore. And I want to show y'all who Jan Moore is, and you can get an idea why she's so mad. Here is that one-eyed Cyclops right here. Yes, did I lie about the one eye looking at you and the one eye looking for you? No, I didn't. Is a pattern showing up for you now? These are the kind of women that are coming with the nonsense when it comes to Megan. Megan who minds her business. These are the women who are coming for someone who has not done anything to anybody except try to work and make a living for her and her family. I cannot with these people. And also, just a side note, Jan here is also the one who called Megan a mutt. Yes, this mutt had the nerve to call Megan a mutt. Now, isn't that something? Isn't that something? I'm telling you, you cannot make this stuff up. It's ridiculous. And I'm going to put this up. This is some of the comments that Squatties made about all the hate that Megan is getting for this beautiful, beautiful photo shoot with Harper Bazaar. And we all know what's going on here. We do. This Squatty says, jealous people will hate you for absolutely nothing, then turn around and recruit a whole fan club of people who never met you to hate you too. That's how insecurity works. It's loud, it's messy, and it spreads fast. Meanwhile, you're not even worried about them. But they built a whole fan club hating you. Where is the lie? Where is it? The next squatty says, their fury isn't about Megan's action, it's about her resilience. Every attack was meant to break her, and instead she turned it into power. Nothing threatens insecure people more than a woman who thrives in spite of them. Woo! I'm telling you, tell me that's not a powerful comment. That right there, oh my goodness. And it's so true. It's so true because the more Megan thrives and become more and more successful, their fury grow because they're not getting what they want. Their narrative is not working. All of their hate and vitriol that they're spewing is not affecting her. I love that comment. And the next one says, these people are not entitled to policing anything that Harry and Meghan do. And it's wild to me that they think they should be able to. Harry and Meghan no longer lives in the UK. They are not working royals. They're not working royals. Why do these people care so much about a couple that they claim are irrelevant? We know what it is. Talking about Harry and Meghan makes them money, and because they are interesting, attention follows them. These talking heads will never admit that, but they will keep cashing checks as they trash them. Now, squatties can't do anything about them trashing Harry and Meghan, but one thing we can do, we cannot allow them to do it in peace. As long as I have a voice, they will never, ever trash Harry and Meghan in peace. I will drag them until I can't anymore. I'm just saying. And look at this dumb story. Like I said, they have lost their ever loving minds. I mean, it's article after article after article of nothing but nonsense. And to me, this one is the most nonsensical of them all. It says, is this Meghan's strangest moment yet? Duchess is announced like royalty and discussed the bravery of making jam in gushing Harper Bazaar interview. And that's a lie. That is a lie. Now, I didn't read this story, but even the headline is nothing but lies. You know, what they're saying is that in a meeting or something like that, that Meghan insisted, that they introduce her as the Duchess of Sussex. Now, that the reason that is a lie is because Meghan had no control over how people introduced her. She was being introduced to people, in my understanding, she was being introduced to people that didn't know her. And she just walked in the room and they introduced her that way. My whole thing is this: is she not the Duchess of Sussex? What's the problem here? Why is it all of a sudden these people want to deny who Meghan is? I mean, it seems to me as the more you achieve, the more they want to try to hold you down. Meghan is a duchess, a princess that any country with any kind of common sense, any kind of understanding would be proud to have. But no, not those rags over there, not those flying monkeys, and not that family. I don't say anything about the British people because I don't believe the majority of the British people believe this nonsense, because every time the barrier pole says something different. So I am inclined to believe the barrier poles when it comes to Harry and Meghan. But I digress on that point. How is it Meghan's fault how she's introduced? But if she is introduced as the Duchess of Sussex, that's her name. That's her name. She's married to the Duke of Sussex. She's married to a prince of the realm. Why would she not be introduced that way? I'll tell you why they don't want her introduced that way, because they want Harry and Meghan to fail. They want Meghan to fail, and they think somehow being attached to those titles are the reason why Harry and Meghan are so valued, so in demand, so successful. That's what it's about. But we all know that that's not true, because if that was the case, future King and Queen Dumb as a Rock would be much more popular than they are. They would be the ones that everybody wanted to see, everybody wanted to take pictures with, everybody wanted to have a piece of. But we all know that that's not true. And future King and Queen, dumb as a rock. Their titles are much higher than Harry and Meghan, but yet and still nobody pays them any mind. So I don't understand how they square that square peg with that round hole by saying somehow these titles are the reason why Harry and Meghan are so popular, that Harry and Meghan garner so much attention. And we have said it time and time again, take the titles, take them. Because basically, all we want you to do is shut up. Shut up. Mind your business. Mind the business of the people who are left behind and leave Harry and Meghan alone. And I promise you, they're going to be all right. They're going to be just fine because they have a fan base behind them. It's going to be there no matter what, with titles or without them. And all I can say is do what you got to do, but please, please move on afterwards. Move on and let Harry and Meghan have the peace that they deserve. I'm just saying. And the squatter that posted this crazy article from the Daily Fail said this: is this the Meghan obsessed, cohestic terrorist, lying Daily Mail? Strange article about Meghan Sussex yet. P.S. Meghan will forever be the Duchess of Sussex unless the British monarchy is abolished. Her bloodline is cemented in that family forever, like it or not, in my opinion. Yes, absolutely. As long as Archie and Lilibeth have royal blood running through them, which y'all, I don't believe in royal blood. Blood is blood, but I digress. This is all made up nonsense to try to separate people and try to create a hierarchy that is just based on nonsense. So it's hard for me to even say something like that. But yet and still, this is the way these monarchists and all these royalists look at it. But in actuality, people are people and everybody is equal. And as quickly as you can understand that, you'll have a better life, because no one is better than anybody else. Nobody should be bowed and scraped to just because they slipped out of a certain birth canal. It is crazy to me that people are gaslit to the point where they actually think somebody is better than them because of birth. Because of birth. I mean, the whole concept of monarchy and hierarchy is crazy to me. It is absolutely nonsensical, to say the least. But here we are talking this craziness because of these people. Because Charles is king and he gonna have to absolutely get his ticket punched just like everybody else and get on that train to glory. He is no better and no worse than anybody else. And until the people of Great Britain understand that and boot these grifters out of there, they are going to have to suffer under this nonsense. I mean, because it is nothing except a grift. Royalty is nothing but a grift. And I'm going to put this up because this squatty right here says it how it needs to be said when it comes to these titles and what is going on here. This squatty says, I swear every meltdown and every rant from Royal Roaches reveals one thing. The title that really bothers them, the title they want Princess Meghan stripped of, is that of wife of Prince Harry. Where is the lie? It's that title. That's the title they have a problem with. And it says, that's all this is about. Tell me that right there is not all of it just put in such perfection. They don't care about Duchess of Sussex. They care about the fact that Meghan is the wife of Prince Harry. I don't think that could have been put any better. That right there is the rub for them. That Meghan is married to Harry. He chose her and none of them. They weren't even up for consideration. Harry said the conveyor belt stopped on Meghan, and they have not been the same since. That's what it's about. So I agree with this squatter. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but this is, to me, is what the problem is. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I absolutely got some exciting news. Y'all probably have heard about it. This was posted on As Ever. And look what it says. It says, a secret so good is hard to keep. Sign up for November the 24th to be the first to know about our holiday surprise. What do y'all think it is? Oh my goodness. I have already signed up, y'all. I have. I want to be the one to know it when the email goes out. I want to be there waiting to see what it is. And this squatty that posted this says, guys, As Ever has another surprise up its sleeve. I'm so excited. Me too. Me too. This is what we want to do as squatties. We want to do this. We don't want to be dragging all these trolls and flying monkeys and all of these hag dragons and all of these old toadies and skanks. No, we don't want to do that. We want to enjoy our fave. We want to see what's dropping on As Ever's website. This is what we want to do, but they will not stop. So we can't stop. And that's just the way it is. But y'all, the 24th is on Monday. So it is happening on Monday. So I cannot wait. I don't know what it is. What is it? What is it, Megan? What is it? I cannot. And I'm going to put this up because all of this is going on about Megan, because Megan is out here doing her doggone thing. And I love it. I do. The more they howl like a hit dog, I love it. And the more I love dragging them because of it. And squatties are really feeling a little nostalgic because, you know, it has been a while since we had a real good drag, a real good laugh. And so this particular squatty who was feeling a little nostalgic decided to post this and had the nerve to say this. That was a fun day. If you know, you know. It was fun. That was so fun back then. Y'all remember when it says, William, we saved you a seat? Y'all know. Y'all know. And this squatty came up under that and said, I remember it like yesterday. We made the Prince of Pegging trend for days. Yes, those were some good old days. But we have some good days coming too, because these fools ain't going to stop. And we definitely not going to stop if they don't stop. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.